Of all the new characters who have come into the Star Wars universe in the last few years, one can't argue that Baby Yoda has taken center stage. Since his debut on the first episode of The Mandalorian, the lovable, adorable, and downright mysterious Baby Yoda, also known as the Child, has given us a vast array of cute and funny memories, as well as raised some important questions as to the future of the franchise. In this episode, we will be looking at some of the most memorable moments of Baby Yoda, as seen in The Mandalorian. So sit back, relax, and enjoy looking back through these special times with this adorable little green guy. And be sure to like, subscribe, and give that galactic bell a ring. Baby Yoda's grand introduction. Who can forget the moment the child first made his appearance at the end of the first episode of The Mandalorian? Having been primed to believe our hero's target was to be a 50-year-old man or woman, it's safe to say we were all shocked at the surprise of meeting such an adorable little thing instead. A moment that quickly raised many questions as to his identity, including why he resembles the look of the famous Jedi Grand Master Yoda. Up until this point, we had only ever seen one other member of Yoda's species on screen, Jedi Master Yaddle, who sat on the Jedi High Council during the time of the Republic, as seen in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Alas, her introduction gave us no additional information about Yoda's species, which has forever been a mystery to Star Wars fans. With the grand reveal of the child, many questions have been raised as to what this all means for the identity, implication, and future of this species in the wider tales of the Star Wars universe. Baby Yoda plays with the Mandalorian ship. A piece of well-timed comedic genius, and one of the first major exchanges between the child and the Mandalorian. The true charm and sweetness of Baby Yoda comes out when he begins playfully messing with the controls of the Razor Crest, Mando's ship. Our hero gets increasingly more irked by this persistence as the lovable fellow finds much fun and curiosity, but what is a Mandalorian to do? In the end, he simply picks him up and holds him, keeping him away from the controls like any responsible father would do. Even so, this is just one of many adorable little moments we see in the show, and certainly not one to forget. Baby Yoda uses the Force to lift the Mudhorn. Who can forget the amazing moment Baby Yoda first reveals to the Mandalorian that he has something special when he saves him by using the Force to lift the ferocious Mudhorn that bounded furiously to take his life. This moment was a big step for the series, giving us the chance to see perhaps just the beginning hints of the child's Force capabilities. Baby Yoda being able to lift such a huge beast in comparison to his own small stature is reminiscent of the classic moment Yoda lifts Luke Skywalker's X-Wing fighter from the swamps of Dagobah with just the wave of his hands in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Still only a child at this point, we're left wondering what exactly Baby Yoda will have the power to achieve in future seasons. Baby Yoda heals Greef Karga. We were all ready for the departure of the Mandalorian's long-term associate Greef Karga at the end of Season 1, Chapter 7, The Reckoning. Poisoned by the Minox that attacked the group on Navarro, we were certain this was to be the end of Greef's time in the show. But we can all remember the amazing moment when the child came to heal his fatal wound with a simple touch of his hand. It was a show-stopping moment that instilled the gravity of Baby Yoda's importance in the show, as well as give him more purpose in the context of the story. It also illustrated the compassion that Baby Yoda seems to have inside of him, having chosen to heal Greef in the first place. What all of this means for Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian in the future remains to be seen. Baby Yoda chokes Cara Dune. It was undoubtedly a surprise for us all when during an innocent arm wrestle between the Mandalorian and mercenary Cara Dune, our cute friend began using the Force to choke Cara. Up until this moment, we had seen the child exhibit some of his Force powers already, but this made us wonder about the undiscovered and untrained powers that are bubbling inside of him, and how those powers could be used either positively or destructively. Of course, Baby Yoda's use of the Force to choke Cara makes us immediately think back to the favorite technique of the greatest Sith Lord ever known, Darth Vader. What will this potential mean for Baby Yoda? Maybe we'll find out more next season. Baby Yoda sips some soup. Amidst the drama and tribulations our heroes may face, The Mandalorian still has plenty of room for lightheartedness, and a lot of that is attributed to our adorable Baby Yoda, who frequently uses his mysterious powers of cuteness to relieve us from the tension of some of the darker and dramatic elements of the story. One such example is in Season 1, Chapter 4, Sanctuary, when, on their first meeting, Cara and the Mandalorian have it out with each other in a flurry of fists. The quick and dramatic fight escalates and then reaches a standstill when they draw pistols on one another. But that tension is immediately broken when the two notice our lovable little guy taking some generous sips of soup. This image has since been the foundation of countless memes across the internet, solidifying its position as one of the most memorable moments of Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda bites a Stormtrooper. Who can forget when our favorite green guy defends himself from the prods and pushes of a curious Stormtrooper with a big munch on his finger? The cute moment showed us the child isn't afraid to defend himself from strangers, but somehow still manages to be utterly adorable whilst doing it. What happens to him next is not so fun, but only allows us to love him even more. Baby Yoda eats a frog whole. Another lighthearted bit of comic relief. Baby Yoda really seems to like eating frogs. In two scenes, we see him chasing frogs around. First in Chapter 2, the child, with Mando and Kuiil begrudgingly watching as he gulps one down whole. And then again in Chapter 4, Sanctuary, when the children of the village on Sorgan play with him during moments of peace after the big fight against the local raiders. Understandably, the children's reaction makes him realize maybe it's not a good idea after all, and he spits out his second amphibian victim. Lucky frog. Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian become father and son. There is no mistake in saying that the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda form a father-son relationship with one another. All throughout the first season, we see the two growing closer, and the Mandalorian stepping more into the role of fatherhood. And this is made official in the final episode when the armorer of the Mandalorian clan charges Mando with being his official guardian. At the very end of the season finale, we see a beautiful moment shared as the child comes to hug Mando's leg with the sweetest smile. It's a moment powerful enough to melt any heart, and we can't forget this important moment in their character development. Baby Yoda deflects fire with the Force. Perhaps the most important and epic moment from Baby Yoda in Season 1 has to be in the final chapter, when he musters all of his strength in the Force to push back the fire of a Stormtrooper's flamethrower that is hurled towards himself, Cara, and the Mandalorian. In a moment reminiscent of some of the epic moments seen during the Clone Wars and action from the height of the Jedi Order, the child demonstrates the fullest extent of his untapped, raw power in the Force with this incredible scene. Who knows what this will mean for the future? The Mandalorian's first installment has given us many memorable moments with our new favorite character. From eating frogs and sipping soup to picking up beasts and stopping fire. We've certainly seen Baby Yoda in a diverse light this season. What comes next for the lovable and curious little guy remains to be seen, but we have enough to keep us excited about the next steps. What's your favorite moments of Baby Yoda? Be sure to tell us in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe to our channel. And until next time, may the Force be with you, always.